Hey guys, so I often talk about how to manage toxic people, and I'm gonna do that right now because I received two toxic metaframes, and a threat in the same message on Instagram by a French person, which usually the French channel is alright, but this time there was this dude that had a problem. And I'm going to explain it because I'm an expert in energies and psychology and how to manage these things. And so I'm going to give you some really valuable advice. So the first thing that you need to understand, that there's a libido, the libido empowerment that I talk about. So you live your sacral chakra, you live your joy, you live your sexuality, and from the heart chakra you live your love. And if you have all of the three things, you're pretty high in the vibration, which you can see up here in the list. So you get the joy, you get the love and kindness and so forth, gratitude, optimism. And what happens is that the people that are down here, they want to knock you down from that crown position, because that crown position gets opportunities, sexual opportunities, and that is a territorial threat to the ones down here. But we're going to talk about this. So basically, a libido empowered person enjoys their life to the maximum possible. And then there's a person that has their libido blocked for whatever reason. It could be a trauma, it could be anything. And so they're mostly down here, okay? And when they feel that they don't get sexuality, they start to be really upset about others, especially about the ones up here. And so they try to knock them down. And they usually do this with toxic metaframing, which is a form of generalized putting down others. So, for example, you're stupid, your videos are shit, why are you obsessed about women, blah, blah, blah. So that's like the toxic metaframe tries to knock you down. And it's very unhealthy to receive, also be on the receiving end of toxic metaframing, because it hurts your psychoenergetic field. And so what is the way to deal with that? There is only one sensible and healthy way, and that is completely block the person. Do not engage in any form or way. It doesn't matter if it's reality in real life, or if it's offline, if it's on or offline. It really doesn't matter. Block, no comment, no discussion. The problem is with toxic metaframes is there is in such a tight position, energetically speaking, that they have this dense energy field that they do not have the consciousness to realize what they're doing. And by that, they're very stuck at their level. And no matter how much you engage with them, unless they're super conscious, they will keep on going and make it even worse. And not only that, they start to get aggressive. If you reflect to them what they're doing, and eventually they get physically aggressive. It's just like an escalation ladder. And the only way to avoid that is completely block them in real life and offline and online. And you want to really get that down in your system. I'd say over 50% of people nowadays in society are toxic metaframers. So be very mindful of that. That means usually there's only 10 to 20% of people that you ever meet that you want to have around you, sometimes even less. And those are the non-toxic metaframers. And toxic metaframing, there's implied, direct, there's different type of indirect, there's different type of toxic metaframes, but they all stem from the idea to put you down. It could be just nonverbal also. If they look at you like, it's an attempt to put you down in their energy field. And I completely avoid them. I was, for example, before I knew toxic metaframing, libido empowerment, all this stuff, for example, I was at a post office, and I came super optimistic to the post office in Czech Republic, and there was a line in front of the post office, Corona time, and the woman I asked, is the post, how long have you guys been waiting? Is it like slow line? And I came with optimism, with joy. And she goes like, without answering, she goes like, and then turns around. And nowadays, I would not even wait in the same line with her. I would just go away. Because as a spiritually awakened person, there's no rush to do anything. And I prefer that over having a toxic metaframe in my vicinity, in my energetic vicinity. So that's the way to deal with unconscious people. And if it's in the workplace and you feel you cannot avoid the person, you can. You always can avoid the person. And if you feel, I would go so far that it's better to if it's a coworker, go to your boss and say, hey, listen, I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to even see him. Can we do something about that? If your boss is like, no, switch work. Super easy, or a department.